Yo, what's going on, guys? Mush back at it with another video here to cover some of the best Steam deals that are available right now ahead of the winter sale. Obviously, these sales are all ending at different times, but they're all gonna come back, I would imagine, when the winter sale starts. So if you don't pick anything up now, honestly, don't worry about it too much, but let's get right into it, and let's kick things off with some Rockstar titles. Max Payne 3 is 70% off for $5.99. Max Payne 3, I think, is a super underrated game. It was actually one of the first games that I played on PC when I got my gaming PC, and I remember just being blown away with it from a visual standpoint, and it still holds up pretty well. The real strength of this game, I think, is the gunplay. I think the gunplay is incredibly well done. The bullet time gimmick that they have, and narratively, obviously, it is a little bit more mature, a little bit more on the gritty side. But I strongly recommend it, and I think it's one of those Rockstar titles that is kind of forgotten about. You know, Rockstar obviously gets a lot of credit for Red Dead and GTA. Max Payne, not so much, but thought Max Payne 3 was pretty damn good. Next up, we have LA Noire, another Rockstar title that gets, swept under the rug a lot. 70% off for $5.99. Now, this came out, I want to say, back in early 2011, and then the PC version, I think, came out in the fall of 2011. It was really, really ahead of its time. If you're talking about its narrative style and the facial animations and things like that, it did a really good job. It told a very compelling detective crime story, and I thought it was sequenced very well. I could definitely understand why, comparatively to a lot of other Rockstar games, it might not be the style of game a lot of people are looking for, but I thought it was a really, really compelling game the whole way through, and for $6, I think that's a pretty good buy in another game, much like Max Payne, that gets forgotten about these days, at least as far as a Rockstar game goes. Next up, we have Digimon Story Cyber Sleuth Complete Edition, 80% off for $9.99. This includes Digimon Story Cyber Sleuth as well as Cyber Sleuth Hacker's Memory. Both titles are really good and lengthy JRPGs. You're talking, sizable experiences here, especially with the grind aspect attached to it. Digimon was the monster collecting franchise that I personally gravitated towards more so growing up, even more so than Pokemon. I mean, don't get it twisted. I put over 100 hours in a lot of Pokemon games as well, but Digimon Story, well done game, and for $9.99, it's a good price. They are working on another Digimon Story title. I don't know the status of that game, but I do know it's in development. So hopefully we see an official reveal for that at some point soon. Next up, we have This War of Mine, which is 80% off for $3.99. A fantastic and incredibly compelling game from 11-Bit Studios, a studio that does a really good job of creating games that really tug at the emotional heartstrings. And with This War of Mine, the whole style of the game and the aspect of the game was that, yes, it's a war story, but unlike the majority of war-based games that come out in gaming, you don't play as the star of the show. You don't play as the overpowered elite soldier. Rather, you actually face the horrors and the realities of war, where you play as a group of civilians just trying to survive within a war-torn city, struggling with a lack of food, medicine, etc., etc. Like, the realities of war, This War of Mine does a great job of illustrating, and I think it's a game that everybody should at least give a shot to. For $3.99, great pickup, and I would definitely recommend it. 11-Bit Studios obviously also did Frostpunk, working on Frostpunk 2 right now, so they are quite the busy studio and publisher as well, because they publish a lot of stuff. Next up, we have Monster Hunter World. It is 67% off for $9.89. This is a great price for Monster Hunter World. A new low price for the game. I don't believe the game would go south of $10 before, but right now, it is available for under $10, and Monster Hunter World, obviously a game that has a sizable amount of content. Capcom did a great job of consistently keeping the game updated, so even when they dropped Iceborne, yes, it was a $40 expansion when it came out. It was like everybody was down to pay $40 for it because Capcom went above and beyond with their updates with Monster Hunter World. Obviously, now they have Monster Hunter Wilds in development, but that won't be out until 2025. Long ways away, so if you want to get into Monster Hunter World, is a great pickup. $9.89 for the base game. The Iceborne Master Edition is $19.78, so if you want to get Iceborne as well, which is, after you do the main content. You can get that as well. Base game, though, $9.89, really good price there. Next up, we have Slay the Spire, 66% off for $8.49. Slay the Spire was a game that was so surprising to me. I remember picking it up, early January of 2019, and why I remember that is the game was in early access for a while, and I remember just seeing it, and I was like, this game's about to come out of early access. The price was lower in the early access period, so I was just like, F it, let me just try it out. seems to be getting a great reception. And initially when I read about the game, I was like, a card game mixed with a roguelike, like, is this gonna be my cup of tea? And man, is this an addicting game that has so much depth to it. Now, I've been a fan of card games for a long time, but the way Slay the Spire is structured, where it's combined with a roguelike and a deck builder as you go, it makes you think quite a bit, and you realize you just can't hoard all the cards, and you have to be a little bit strategic about it. Just give it a chance, play it for an hour or two, and you'll realize that the gameplay loop is incredibly addictive. And for this price point, south of $10, I think it's a damn good pickup in a game. I mean, it's got 123,000 reviews. 97% of those reviews are positive, so it doesn't need me talking it up. 89 on Metacritic as well, but yeah, rather enjoyed my time with that. Next up, Devil May Cry 5, 67% off for $9.89. DMC5 is awesome. It is a great action title with an awesome soundtrack. Like, honestly, like, the best way to sell people on Devil May Cry 5 is just stop watching this video, go on YouTube, look up Devil Trigger, and just listen to that song, and you'll probably be like, God damn, I should play Devil May Cry 5. Yeah, you should, because it's a top-tier action title, and Devil Trigger is a fantastic song that everybody should just have in their music playlist, but nevertheless, south of $10 for that, obviously a good deal, and I'm not crazy about the DMC lore and the story, but I know some people that are super into it, but for me, the gameplay is top-notch, and I would strongly recommend it. Next up, we got Metro Exodus, 80% off for $5.99 for the base game. The Gold Edition that includes the DLC is $7.99, but really, if you want to get all the content, just go ahead and pick up the Metro Saga bundle, because that'll include Metro 2033 Redux, Metro Last Light Redux, and 2033 Exodus with the Gold Edition upgrade and the DLC. That's all the Metro content, and yeah, that's a great price for 3 great single-player first-person shooters, great storytelling, atmosphere is really strong, post-apocalyptic world design is great, and again, for this price point, definitely a no-brainer. Next up, we got South Park: The Stick of Truth, 75% off for $7.49. As a lot of you guys might know, I'm not a big South Park guy. I have nothing against it, just never really gave it a chance outside of a couple episodes and watching the special. But man, when this game came out, I was blown away by it. Like, Obsidian took South Park and created a fundamentally well-designed RPG out of it, which, you know, in retrospect, you should see that coming. I mean, it's Obsidian at the end of the day, but back in 2014 when this game came out, I wasn't really too familiar with who Obsidian were. You know, I just wasn't into gaming as much as I am in now, where I know all of these studios and their track record of what they've done, but these are the same guys that brought you Fallout New Vegas, but seeing South Park realized in a really well-made RPG, first of all, that in its own right is just hilarious, like the fact that they took South Park and made a good RPG out of it, but then also, if you're a South Park fan, man, the art style, the humor, all that is obviously going to resonate with you, and if you're not a fan, or you're like me, where you just have nothing against it, but you want a good RPG to play, oh, Stick of Truth will give you that in spades. Now, for an RPG, it is a little bit on the shorter side, so keep that in mind, but still a worthwhile game to go through. And lastly, we got Resident Evil 2, the remake, 75% off for $9.99. I mean, the game is a phenomenal remake, really set the tempo for Resident Evil remakes going forward, and now you see what this team is doing with the RE4 remake. I don't know what they're doing in the future, probably something like Resident Evil 5 getting remade, but yeah. Super, super well done remake, and I didn't have any affinity towards RE2 like I did with RE4, but I still really, really enjoyed my time with Resident Evil 2, but that'll do it for me. Again, a lot of great deals available on Steam right now ahead of the winter sale that will be kicking off in just over a week now, I believe, or around a week. Yeah, be on the lookout for that, because a lot of great stuff will be on sale as a part of that. But that'll do it for me. Let me know all of your thoughts in the comments section down below, and as always, guys, thanks for watching, and I will catch you guys in the next one. Peace out. Hey, what's going on, guys? Mush here again. Hope you enjoyed the video. As you guys might know, YouTube's notification system is sometimes a little bit wonky, even if you're subscribed to the channel. Maybe you're not abundantly aware that I uploaded a video. To remedy that situation, make sure you hit the bell notification button. This way, whenever I upload a new video, and I try to upload as consistently as possible, you will be notified directly of the upload, and you can watch it as soon as it goes live. I would really appreciate if you guys hit that button so you can stay up to date with all of the content I'm posting. But as always, guys, thanks for watching, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace out.